teased about a receiver that's now on the street. And so I had to, Wolchuk's like, hey, man, ask the gang of 7 what they think about this guy. Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'll do that. A couple of them got back. But I'll tell you the receiver, and you guys tell me if you know the player and just your early thoughts of what you might think if the Cowboys should be interested. Robert Woods, who was with the Tennessee Titans this year. He's 30 years old.
Bobby Trees.
Yeah, 10 years in the league, and he was a second-round pick by the Buffalo Bills in 2013 is what he had 53 receptions this year for 529 yards, 10 yards of play, and then 2 touchdowns. I think I got that right. I can't read my own writing. But anyway, yeah, but he had over 500 yards receptions this year, but he only had the 2 touchdowns. His best game was in week 3, where he had 4 receptions for 85 yards, no touchdowns against the Las Vegas Raiders.
The Raiders.
You guys feel like that the Cowboys are going to be looking for veteran receiver help, or do you feel like, I know, Zach, you and I were on the draft show this morning kind of talking about that as a group. Do you feel like that the Cowboys would draft or receiver, or are they looking at adding a veteran guy? And when you start to think about veteran guys, you think about Odell Beckham and people like that. But does Robert Woods do anything for you guys as a potential signing?
I mean, if you're going short passing game, you're going to need guys like that. I don't think Robert Woods stretches the defense, but he's enough of a quality receiver and a good target, and you don't have them, right? So I think to give yourself some certainty, you should be interested in a guy like Robert Woods to add to your receiving room. And also looking to draft a guy in, at no less than the first 3 rounds. That's the way I'd approach it.
Yeah. I think they need to be addressing this in a multitude of different ways. If they just signed Robert Woods and said, okay, we're cool now at wide receiver, I would say, man, you're fooling yourself in a big way. But if this is a realistic play for them, because this is a veteran guy who's probably going to come on the cheap. And so this is the realm of player that they are probably thinking hard about when it comes to the way they like to do free agency. So he'd be a guy I'd certainly be open to. He doesn't solve your speed need, but he does solve a veteran receiver who can still consistently get open, find the soft spot in the zone, play some slot, play some on the outside as well. So there's versatility there. And so for the right price, I'd certainly be open to it.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a coveted guy. Like, I think the Rams might be interested in bringing him back. I know Cooper Kupp's already taken to social media saying, I'd love to have Robert Woods back.
The Bills as well. Both of those former teams of his make a lot of sense.
It absolutely would. I think the Vikings are a team. I've already seen their website writing articles about, we'd like to maybe add Robert Woods. Would it be fun to pair him with a Justin Jefferson and what they already have there? So he's a guy that has a skill set to do a lot of different things for you. And I don't think that he's a guy that blocks some young receivers either. So I think he's a dude you could sign, and you could still draft a player as well.
I'm glad you said the word block, because I do think he's a quality blocking receiver as well in his time, like especially with the Rams. And we know McSexton, the way he likes to run the football, he flourished there. And the other addition, I think he's probably a good screen game receiver.
He's very good at that.
And so if you're trying to upgrade your screen game, which I know we would all like them to, hopefully that's a plan of theirs, he would be a guy that would probably fit seamlessly there.
The gang of 7, 2 of my guys got back to me. I'm waiting for the others I reached out to, but one of them said he took a step back last year, but he goes, I promise you he will find a job.
Definitely.
He will definitely find a job, is what this one guy said. And then my other guy said, because I asked the question, I go, does Robert Woods have anything left? And as my other guy said, yeah, as a possession third, his production was skewed by bad and inconsistent quarterback play.
Yeah, I mean, he was playing with the Titans this year, so cut him some slack.
Right. He's like smart, knows how to get open, really good blocker, to your point, Chief. Just need the physical to make sure that everything lines up with him.
But he played all the games last year, or 17, so I guess he missed a game. But other than the year prior where he played 9 games, I think when you look throughout, he's a guy that consistently played.
He's been healthy.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's definitely.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
Zach, I want to ask you this question, though, because I mentioned about the draft and stuff like that. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of finding that this receiving group is not as the quality. I think they're good players, but I don't think they're the quality of what we've seen the last 2 or 3 years
Yeah, I'm with you there.
this draft.
Yeah.
So to me, I think adding that veteran receiver might be, we'll see what happens, with what they've got currently on, on their roster.
Yes.
But I kind of feel like that maybe if you're thinking about, receivers in need, let's go get one. It might not be as clean as you might think it might be.
Yeah, because we've seen a lot of these rookies come in and have immediate production.
Yeah.
But I do think you can find a guy that you like. I just don't know that you can assume that you're going to have the type of immediate production that you've seen in previous years with some of these guys that hit the NFL running. Unless you're able to get, one of the guys at the very top, and I think most likely they're going to be gone by the time the Cowboys are on the clock, you're just kind of crossing your fingers on one of those guys. So you're probably better suited at signing a veteran, and then you draft a guy that you like, and if you end up getting production his rookie season, then awesome. Then you've really gone ahead and hit that void and filled that need.
Right.
I'm just wondering where they're going to get some speed. Where are they going to get speed?
You've got some speed in the draft.
In the draft, the question is, the problem is a lot of these guys are so slight. And I mean slight weight-wise. I mean, there's a lot of these, 175, 180s. I mean, if you're going to throw these slants and stuff, this West Coast, that they're talking about, inside breaking routes and stuff, I mean, you need a little bit bigger body guy. And I just, I just kind
Gallup's the only one of those.
Yeah, I'm kind of struggling with that right now because I do the guys who are really kind of the top guys are really
smaller guys.
Like Hyatt's the most realistic first round wide receiver, right? If you're going for the best of the best, like top 4 guys, Hyatt would be the most likely, and he's a slighter speedster. But I like that. I think they need a guy like that.
Well, so is your guy from USC, Addison.
But he
same
ain't
way.
Gonna be there, right?
Yeah, no, Addison,
no
Hyatt, Johnston from TCU,
big boy,
Smith-Njigba from Ohio State. I don't see any of those guys being there. I don't. I think Dallas. If you're thinking, need is a wide receiver and you're going to get one in the draft, just be a little careful if you're thinking about it at 26. Just think about it being real careful.
That is definitely a bummer because I was, early on, I was thinking the Hyatt, if there's not a corner you like there, I thought Hyatt would be a guy that would make a lot of sense. Yeah. Is he still, though, of those 4, the most realistic?
Yeah, I think he'd be the most realistic to make it to 26.
Even over Jackson Smith?
Yes, I think some might like him more, though, because of the size compared to a Jordan Addison, possibly.
Yeah, I think so, too.